Howard Stern famously said, never let anyone do your thinking for you, and that goes for the news as well. Now, fake news allegedly gets distributed by means of advertising or kickbacks to traditional news media, either by print, broadcast, or online, but usually all three simultaneously. In other words, journalists are on the tape. They're getting money to make stories going one way or the other. Russia acted as Trump's publicists, famously meddling in our last presidential election with smear campaigns against presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, and this is universally thought to have tipped the election in Trump's favor. And as you can see, depending on where you live, the channels that you watch, you're going to be getting at least two different news stories. I don't know about you guys, if you're at the gym and you're running and you see one story, but it's being told by CNN on one TV and it's being told by Fox News on the other, completely different versions of those same stories. Now, the concept of ethical journalism means taking responsibility for one's work and explaining one's decision to the public. Without the type of honest, ethical journalism that Edward R. Murrow is famous for, we all as Americans run the risk of letting special interest groups do our thinking for us. And that's according to Cynthia Crossan from her book, Tainted Truth, The Manipulation of Fact in America. Now, how can you get unbiased news reports, you ask? It's simple. You just follow this rule. Or you just stop watching news entirely. One more quick note, you might be saying, hey, David, you produce TV shows that were seen by millions and millions of people. Why are you in a community college right now? The answer, drugs. Drugs. After hard copy, I kind of devoted a lot of my life to drugs. Some of you in here might think drugs are pretty cool. Take it from me, don't take 20 years off of your life. I hope some of you are hearing me right now because this was seen by all over the world, and I was in a blackout when this happened. This was an NBC show that I did called Eyewitness Video, where I talked about the riot footage. I drove around during the LA riots. We were evacuating looters at gunpoint, and I don't even remember that interview. So, any questions, anyone?
How old were you when you went in?
How old are you right now?
20.
I was 22. Yes, sir.
Do you have any super interesting stories that you remember discovering back in the day?
I
Just
do.
share those later so we can get through them.
I do. Unfortunately, yes, that would take up more than my allotted time. Regretfully, yes, sir.
How many people watch your hard copy segments?
Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked that, Daniel. My hard copy segments were actually seen by more than 30 million people each night. We beat Roseanne and Cosby. We were the most watched show for NBC for Nielsen ratings. So during Sweeps Week, May Sweeps. And because of that, the shows I produced for hard copy were the very last shows that you can ever see on hard copy. Hard copy became the show Real TV after that. So we, just driving around on drugs in LA, filming people, doing crazy stuff, we inadvertently helped create reality TV. So you like the Kardashians, you're welcome. Thank you, sir.
That was great.